The realness of boxing broken down to its core. The analysis.
I say it like it is, and I will continue to say it.
History.
I got milk, baby.
The sweetest of the science.
Boy, come on, man. Stop playing.
The art of the science with the realest Justin Adams.
Let's get it on!
Welcome to the Art of the Science podcast. Here with the realest Justin Adams, per usual, out here in these wild internet but beautiful weather in Chicago streets, doing it muy grande. You know what I'm saying? Just chilling, beautiful day out here before the 4th of July and whatnot. We had some boxing going on. We had some boxing going on tonight. You know, during Students of the Game. You already know. Follow the social medias. You know what I'm saying? We got some heavyweight news. We got boys testing positive again. You know what I'm saying? We got some matches made. Injuries happened so far, and then we got boys coming out the woodworks trying to get back in the ring. Maybe they're just that thirsty for the love, or I don't know what to tell you. But, you know what I'm saying? Doing it per use. Come kick it with your boy. You know what I'm saying? You know how we get down per use.
What? No. What is this?
I'm the realest Justin Adams, and welcome to Aots, Art of the Science, the realest boxing podcast out here in these internet streets.
Well.
Realest boxing news, unbiased analysis, breakdowns, and previews.
The most diabolical this side of the Mississippi.
Don't forget to follow me at JA_the realest and Art of Sci Boxing, ARTOFSCI Boxing. That's on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Go Google that shit. See what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, man.
Top Rank had a card on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? They just keep pumping out these fights, man. And they're decent fights to watch. You know, Showtime's put out a couple as well, but Top Rank is out here, man. They try and get these fighters some notoriety. And one of the fights, the main event to me, Alex Salcedo, was a guy I saw here in Chicago. A decent fighter. He's right there in your face with it. He's pushing the action. And that didn't turn out to be much different tonight. I mean, yeah, he's changed trainers. He's no longer with Abel Sanchez. And he wanted to become more defensive, more movement oriented. But it looked like that, but shots were still landing for Fredrickson, his opponent. But Salcedo ultimately grinded out the win. He looked, you know what I'm saying? He looks like he's still trying to learn those styles with his new trainer. Unanimous decision, did his thing. You know what I'm saying? He did what he's supposed to do in the opportunity is to take over. Maybe put him right back in the mix at 140 before losing to Hooker. So, you know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you the star of the night is your boy Josue Vargas. You know what I'm saying? Josue won his fight by unanimous decision, dominating the fight, outpointing his opponent. But he lost some teeth, bro. Like, those things came out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't want to really show it at first after he won, but them teeth were not there, bro. But he still got the win, though. They always in some headlines, but two main things. First, so there's been allegations that Fury used loaded gloves to fight Wilder in the second match, and I don't see how that could blatantly happen. I don't see why the WBC would not want an American heavyweight champion, or I don't even see how a plot could foil this, I guess. I just don't see it. But the WBC, Mauricio Suleiman came out talking how it was preposterous and inappropriate because, you know, the officials were there watching them get wrapped. Mauricio actually goes to both locker rooms, checks on them, sees when they're wrapped, sees when their gloves are put on, and are there when the rules are being told to them, and if they all have questions, things of that nature. So he blasts that out the water. And I just think Fury actually came through and actually beat Wilder. And there is right now a story that came out about Wilder having an X-ray done, and it was found that he had a dent in his head, and it could have came from something more than like it could have been blunt force trauma, but not coming from someone's hands. Where I guess Deontay Wilder's brother came out saying, "Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm with the theory of it being loaded," but it's like, when did it didn't happen? How big is it dent? They say blunt force. I mean, if you're hit hard enough, it could look like that. So it's I don't see Fury doing all that. I don't see Fury doing all that. I just don't. But the second reason WBC right now is in the news, and to be quite honest with you, I think it's a better reason. The WBC has ordered Luke Campbell and Ryan Garcia, which will actually be a very competitive fight for both guys. Luke Campbell, last time he was in the ring, was against Lomachenko, and he was gamed. You know what I'm saying? He went all 12 rounds. He showed that he could stand up with the best of them. And taking on Ryan Garcia would be a great challenge. I think for both guys, this is a great challenge. So Devin Haney, who's now the WBC lightweight champion, he's right now champion in recess after he suffered an injury. I think it was earlier this year. And Lomachenko obviously vacated, where his next match will be against Teofimo Lopez, and the target date for that is August 19th. That's when they're trying to move it to. But I think Luke Campbell, Ryan Garcia would be an awesome match to have on the zone. Easy way for both guys to get good paydays. And then on the other side, because it was supposed to be Ryan Garcia and Javier Fortuna, and then Fortuna ended up taking a fight against Jorge Linares, and that fight is August 28th. So there's some movement going around in the lightweight division, but again, having Campbell and Garcia go against each other would be a pretty good match. I would like to see that happen. Luke Campbell using his length and his dexterity to try to offset Ryan Garcia's speed. I mean, he has some of the fastest hands, and he can put his punches together real nice. And it's to the point where his punches are so fast, they don't even have to be that powerful. As long as they carry enough to shock you and catch you, he can knock you down at any time. So that'll be a great fight to watch. But the lightweights, man, doing it muy grande. And one more piece of heavyweight news. Your boy Jarrell Miller, Big Baby Miller, tested positive again. This is his fourth positive test. And a lot of people are calling for him to be banned from the sport for life. Lou Diabella came out saying that it was super harsh. We got to figure out, one thing about it is we need to figure out what keeps, what's the consistent thing that keeps this happening for Big Baby. But man, to be honest with you, I don't think he truly cares. I think he just wants to try to get back in and do it the way he was doing it before. I don't see a point. I don't see a point in watching him box anymore. I mean, he can't even do it clean, or at least not even get caught. I mean, if you're not gonna be clean, you out here still getting caught, and you didn't learn the first two times. So when are you gonna learn?
Undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Who next?
Art of the Signs with the realest.
I'm the best heavyweight champion of the world. I'm have WBC with me. I want who next?
You can follow Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. JA_the realest. Art of Sci Boxing. That's ARTOFSCI Boxing.
You're a regular from down the street. What are you doing?
I want who next?
Before we get into the rumor and official matches being made, just a couple things. First, I know y'all heard about Sergio Martinez trying to make a comeback. And I know a lot of y'all are like, is this really true? Like, is this really about to happen? Well, as of right now, yup. As of right now, he's going to be fighting in August in Spain. And a name that's come up, which is, you can tell these are old dudes, is Kermin Cintrón. Last time I seen Kermin Cintrón, he was on Fight Night, I want to say either Champion or Fight Night 4. That's the last time I heard of Cintrón. But I think the last time they fought was 11 years ago. Martinez right now is 45 years old. If you know, I think it was after Cotto, or I don't remember who he fought last. All I know is that he had those bad knee injuries. And I don't know, because those things look like they were degenerative. So hopefully those knees will be able to hold up to a fight. You know what I'm saying? But these guys, like, I'm not a fan of seeing them return unless they fight older guys. Like, if, let's say, we see all these videos of Tyson coming back. We see these videos of Holyfield coming back. Holyfield training with Klitschko and Tarver. I don't want to see these guys come back. If they're fighting each other, maybe. If Shannon Briggs could be thrown in that mix, maybe. But I don't want to see them going against younger guys. Like, I don't want to see them get thrown to the wolves against I wouldn't want to see him fight Big Baby. I wouldn't want him to fight Deontay Wilder. I wouldn't want these guys to be in that mix. But if they're gonna put on a fight like that, to where just some older guys fighting, I'm with it. Like some Chaz Witherspoon, you know what I'm saying? Some Jersey Joe Walcott, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. Like a Franz Oquendo, you know what I'm saying? Like he's still out here fighting. So those type of fights, I wouldn't mind. But I mean, those are gonna be hard to come by. I don't see a lot of commission. I don't see a lot of commissions letting that match happen. You know what I'm saying? But there are matches that have been rumored and made official. Let's get into them. Okay, so a couple of rumored matches first. It is said that Charlo's next opponent could be Sergey Derevyanchenko. Let me say it for you again. Derevyanchenko. Yes, the middleweight cat. You know what I'm saying? He's very good. He's a very good fighter. He's been in there with the best. Been able to last with him. Got the split decision loss against Triple G. Got the loss against Danny Jacobs, which you could make an argument for. He won both fights, especially the Triple G fight. I thought he won that fight. It could have been his win and or draw, but I don't see how he lost that fight. Either way it goes, I hope he doesn't turn to like Matt Korobov, like a guy that's stuck as a fringe guy, but is able to compete with the best. Like he fights to his competition. No, I like to see Derevyanchenko get a win for himself, man. I mean, he scraps, he fights, he's technically sound. Excuse me, he's technically sound, and it's Derevyanchenko, man. He puts on entertaining fights. And for Charlo, I would think that's a good fight. I think a lot of people he should go with Canelo on the belts, this, that, and the third. You have to understand, it takes two people to make a fight. And I think Derevyanchenko will be an easier fight to be made than some of these fights that people are wanting, even though people are rightfully wanting these fights. But Charlo and Derevyanchenko will be a great match. I'd definitely watch it. I think a lot more people would as well. Now, a card that has been moved back and rescheduled is the Cecilia Brækhus and Jessica McCaskill. Shout out to Caskill and Rick Ramos, the whole Body Shop boxing camp. That card has been moved to August 15th. And part of that card was Julio Cesar Martinez taking on McWilliams Arroyo. That card is a nice looking card. And I know that Brækhus and Caskill I think they were supposed to be on the Prograis card, if I'm not mistaken, when it was Prograis and Hooker. But this fight is just as entertaining, you know what I'm saying? Even with champions, with a guy that's trying to be the best at 115, and another guy that has beaten and fought with some of the best. I mean, shout out. I mean, this could be a major step up for Caskilla. Caskilla could come out with the win and have 5 belts in one fight, you know. And she's and Kaz and Jessica is very much into that match. This is not lopsided. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Brækhus has the talent. She's been boxing ever since such wins. She has a pedigree, but Jessica knows how to work and grind. And I think that will carry her. She might even get the victory, man. But the point is, it's a throw-up fight, and a lot of people are going to tune in to watch it, especially with the card that it's set up with, because that card has decent fights. And then for Golden Boy, Virgil Ortiz has his next date, July 24th, taking on Samuel Vargas. Sammy Vargas, one of those guys that could come in and give you a good able opponent, to give you a good competitive fight, show you where you're at, show how you can become, show how you could just be competitive with some of the best guys, like one of those other guys that fights up to his competition. You know, Virgil Ortiz, 147 pounder, moving up in the ranks, creating a lot of buzz for himself. A lot of people like to see him move up, and hopefully, you know, if he gets enough fights on his belt, he'll be able to take on Terrence Crawford, which would be a great fight. They could have it down in Texas or Nebraska. I think that fight would sell. But Ortiz, man, showing he's one of the lead fighters of. I think he's becoming one of the more name ringing fighters for Golden Boy, and Ortiz doing the right thing, staying busy, got him some good competition, a nice step up in competition. So let's see, you know what I'm saying, let's see how these work out, but these matches are going to be lit. And before we log off, got one more thing for you.
Can I help you?
Allow me to introduce myself.
Art of the Signs with the realist, Justin Aots.
All right, man. Get out of that jalopy and let's talk some business.
AOTS, bringing you that real boxing news, analysis, breakdowns, previews.
I am the Mac Daddy. I play it straight up, yo.
Come kick it with your boy every Friday. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud.
You get the hell out of my hood.
So I'm entertained, you know, before I log off here for next week. It's not too much going on in the boxing news cycle. Not too much that doesn't need to be, or that does need to be broken down a lot. I mean, there's some off-brand news, but a lot of it doesn't apply to what's going on now. But entertainment news, we got the big rumor about Jamie Foxx playing Tyson. We've seen Fox do his impersonations of him. I think it would be a great movie if he could play Tyson. That movie, I think, will have to be done right. And I think Jamie's the guy to do it. I think with the right team, decent writers. I mean, Jamie able to do, you know, the acting for most of himself. I think that would be a great biopic. And I wonder if they're going to do a whole life, or they're going to do, you know, are we going to be able to dig into these cases that he had to deal with, some of the wild shit that he was getting into, like those type of things I'm looking for from a Tyson biopic, you know. But Jack Johnson, it's gonna be done pretty well, you know what I'm saying? So news coming out, HBO, that Mahershala Ali is going to be playing Jack Johnson in the HBO limited series called Unruly, and is based off the production The Great White Hope and the PBS documentary they did on Jack Johnson a few years back. But Mahershala Ali, known from True Detective, Moonlight, Green Book, Rami, what he's in right now. So for him to play Jack Johnson, the first black world boxing world champion, heavyweight champion, being able to beat this figure from Galveston, Texas, who, you know, was essentially trailblazing. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the one to put his foot on the map. And, you know, it was so bad. It got people hate on this man so much. They had to bring James Jeffries out of retirement just to try to beat him. And that got lost. You know what I'm saying? Jack Johnson whooped this man ass 15 rounds. And to get as versatile of an actor as Ali, I think this series is going to be pretty fucking good. I think HBO hasn't really let me down. They've always been able to put out great productions, and I think this would be no different. I didn't see a release date for it as of yet, but as of right now, the news is Mahershala Ali will be playing Jack Johnson in an HBO limited series, and it is already in the works. So can't wait to see that. I think that's just gonna be off the chain. You know, shouting out Galveston, Texas. Shout out Jack Johnson. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. to that man. Rest in power. But it's going to be a good series, and I can't wait. I mean, HBO loves Mahershala, man. Had him as the True Detective as well. And that was one of the better seasons. I know it was better than Vince Vaughn's. I'll tell you that much, man. It was better than Vince Vaughn's True Detective series. I mean, nothing beats, in my opinion, nothing beats McConaughey. And shoot, I can't remember the man's name. There's McConaughey and someone else. Well, that squad was good. But yeah, man. Like I said, I don't have much for you. I really don't. There's a fight going on right now with Jose Pedraza and Mikel Lesbier. To my knowledge, Pedraza has a knockdown already. So it looks like, for me, from the cards the little that I've seen on my phone, he's up on the cards by at least 7 rounds. So I see, unless barring a miracle, barring anything, I don't see him coming back to win this. But I got Pedraza. I'm picking Pedraza to win it. But like I said, as of right now, that fight is still going. So yeah, like I said, not too much. I'm not gonna flex on you too bad, you know. Starting next couple weeks, I'm gonna start bringing back my segments. Hashtag OTDIB and hashtag SRCT. Honest Day in Boxing and Senior Citizens Tour. Honest Day in Boxing. Well, both hashtags, both segments were on the live show when we were live on the radio, and now that we're back into the video realm of things, I got to put all these videos together, and that takes time. It takes a lot of time. But, you know, with days like where interviews are on schedule, people are trying to figure out where their place is, transitions, things of that nature. You know, I was blessed to get those interviews. You know what I'm saying? But when those interviews aren't here, I would like to bless y'all with more content. You know, more interviews are still coming. You know, so just kick it with your boy every week, every Friday. You know how we get down. There's no boxing this weekend. You know, be safe on the 4th. Don't drink too much. Don't pop too many firecrackers. And be aware of your neighbors, man. Like, we got people that have been popping firecrackers out here since like over 2 weeks ago, like the start of June. Like that shit's unnecessary. Like, you know what I'm saying? Be aware of the people that you live with, man. Be aware of the people that you live with and around. I mean, 4th of July, I mean, most people, you know, are synonymous with fireworks and black cats and Roman candles. I mean, I used to go to Mississippi when I was younger and pop them, but now we're in such a small space in the city. Like, you can hear everything, see everything. It takes the fun out of it, you know? Especially when you have to hear it for 30 days before the 4th even comes. But yeah, man, bring those segments back. You know, we'll still keep pumping those interviews. Still keep this boxing thing going. Don't forget to check me out on Students of the Game, which that comes out every Friday morning. We're live every Thursday on Facebook Live. You know what I'm saying? You know how I get down? It's the realest. AOTS. I'll let your boy, man. Catch you next week.
Thank you for listening to The Art of the Science.
You better start listening and stop playing.
We drop every Friday evening on iTunes and SoundCloud, so subscribe.
I don't care who he is, man. I don't care what he does, man.
You can follow us on our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Art of Sci Boxing. That's ARTOFSCI Boxing. Also, JA_the realist. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate the listen. Come back to join us or catch us on our social medias.
I love y'all very much. Peace out.